Hello everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome to the Manchester United versus Liverpool live preview. The big game has come around. We are now into a very, very, very important game. I had to stress that 3 times because in terms of the season, this is one of the most important games there is. Obviously, in terms of rivalry as well, one of the most passion-filled rivalries going back down the years. It's just been one of the iconic games in the Premier League and in Manchester United season, and no less this season with the way Man United are in second and Liverpool are in third. Very, very close together this season in the battle for second place. United are 2 points ahead of Liverpool currently, but with a win for Liverpool, they do, or even a point, Liverpool probably getting the better result there. But with a win for Manchester United, we can pull away to 5 points clear of Liverpool, which would be very, very favourable for us, and no less keep our good streak in this rivalry going. Obviously, earlier fixture this season, we drew 0-0 at Anfield, and really, honestly, as a Man United fan, the performance was pretty awful, and there was only one team who really wanted to win that game. We did get the result that Jose Mourinho wanted, a draw, but evidently we didn't play that well. We weren't threatening whatsoever, and ultimately, this game against Liverpool at Old Trafford is going to be one which we need to prove ourselves. We need to prove that we're not just going to park the bus. We need to kind of go at them a bit, because they are a defensively frail side. Obviously, with the signing of Virgil van Dijk, some think that he's kind of, they brought him in and they've kind of solved their problems, which is absolutely not true at all. Van Dijk, yeah, he's a good defender, but ultimately he's not gonna, save you loads of points every season. But I think their defence is still a bit frail, and if we can get at that, that'll be brilliant. Also, the fact we are playing at home and there'll be 75,000 fans at Old Trafford getting behind the team. So we need to, repay them. We need to go in there and, give them some entertainment. Welcome, Crazy Pizza Gaming. Welcome to stream, mate. How are you doing? But yeah, we need to go in there, give them the entertainment that they deserve, and ultimately, we need to. It's a massive, massive game, because if we draw 5 points clear in the season, at this point already, with 7 games to go after this one, then we'll be in a very, very good position in our running, and it would have mean that it'll be a very, very good result going in to that Sevilla game as well on Tuesday night. So we need to put in a good performance against Liverpool, and just to save face, just because losing in a Manchester United Liverpool game is not what you want, especially when you're at home. I mean, I remember in the 2008-9 season, Liverpool beat Manchester United by 4-1 at Old Trafford. It was a very, very bad feeling indeed. So ultimately, it was just not a feeling you want. And I do think under Jose Mourinho we look a lot more solid at home. We look, just a lot better at home. So I'm actually kind of confident going into this game, but I am very cautious as well, because Liverpool have such a great team. Crazy with the game, he says, what do you think do you think Man United are going to win? Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not sure if we're going to win. I think we are going to win, but I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, it's on the day stuff, because whoever turns up, it's a kind of early afternoon kickoff. It's going to be cagey. Definitely, it's going to be very, very cagey. The governor says this is a must-win game if you want to finish second, 100%. If Liverpool beat us tomorrow, then they go 1 point ahead of us with no games in hand. So we played the same amount of games, and it might just knock the confidence away outside, outside of. It would just knock the confidence if, Liverpool go and beat us at home. And then for the rest of the season, our confidence won't be great. Obviously, we do come into this after 2 wins, one against Chelsea and one a fantastic comeback against Crystal Palace. So we're probably in the better confidence. Obviously, Liverpool coming into this one, drawing 0-0 at home to Porto. So they haven't come into it on the best of results, but they are going to be a very good team. They are going to be up for this game, as a lot of Man United Liverpool teams are, and they should be for such a big, immense rivalry like this. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be very, very cagey. I think it's going to be kind of a horrible game to watch. It's going to be, you know, for both sides, really. I think, you know, a Manchester United Liverpool or any sort of, you know, derby game is not really enjoyable until that final whistle goes and you can, you know, you can gloat or whatever. But it's going to be cagey. We just need to make sure that we play our best. We're up for it, and that's all we can do. You know, we trying to limit our defensive mistakes, because a lot of the goals we conceded against the big teams have come from defensive mistakes. So if we can limit the defensive mistakes, that'd be absolutely brilliant. You know, obviously Liverpool, really it's about nullifying their attack. I think their attack is probably their strongest aspect. Their midfield isn't exactly brilliant, and their defense is not, you know, amazing. So obviously it's definitely their front three, which, you know, is really, really dangerous. Probably one of the best front threes in the Premier League. So we're gonna have to nullify that, and it's going to be difficult. Obviously, Mo Salah as well, on such good scoring form. He's going to be the main danger man for me. Also, I think Sadio Mane as well is going to be very, very dangerous. Very, very pacey down the wings. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a tough task for the likes of Valencia, Luke Shaw, Ashley Young, depending on who it is. The fullbacks and the wingers are going to have to really track back and help out against those two players. The governor says Lukaku's been on fire. Hopefully he can continue it on Saturday. Yeah, I agree. Obviously, I'd love for Lukaku to get another goal against a big side. You know, just to kind of get all the critics off his back and all that sort of stuff. And hopefully, you know, he does seem like he's up for it. If we saw, you know, the reaction when we scored the winner against Crystal Palace, he seems so passionate about the club. And that is a player that you want in these types of games. A player who is passionate for the team and knows all about Manchester United and these sorts of rivalries as well. Lukaku has played against Liverpool a lot, and knows about the rivalry between Everton and Liverpool. So he'll understand what it's like to play Liverpool, what it's like to have a rivalry with Liverpool. And so having Lukaku in the team is absolutely fantastic, especially, as you say, when he's on such good goal-scoring form. I'll give my team in a minute. Welcome, Matthew Coyle. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. And everyone, if you are watching, please do leave a like. That'd be absolutely fantastic as well. And yeah, I'll give my lineup and score predictions a bit later on. But I mean, it's going to be very cagey. It's not going to be an enjoyable game, to be honest. You know, it never really is. I mean, it's it's just not enjoyable at all. And you know, obviously, as I said, until the end result, it doesn't really matter what happens on that pitch, as long as we get the 3 points. Literally, tomorrow, 3 points is all that matters. I don't care if we perform really badly and win. It's all about the result, really. All about the result. And especially when it comes to the latter parts of the season, the result is the thing that counts the most. The governor says Pogba needs to step up in big games. Dele Alli embarrassed him the other month. Oh, yeah. Obviously, Paul Pogba, you know, when he does play in the team, we do a lot better. And that's verified by statistics. But you know, I thought that first half he had against Crystal Palace was probably one of the worst performances I've seen from him. But, you know, when he's on form, no, he's very, very hard to deal with. Not really any midfield can handle him. So, ultimately, he needs to be on form for tomorrow. He needs to be, you know, he needs to be showing his class for the £90 million we paid for him. And if he's making the midfield tick, if he's feeling confident, making things happen, then I'm sure that we'll do well tomorrow. It's just, you know, we need him to be on top form. But hopefully he does kind of rise to the occasion and, you know, just play his best. And because, you know, and hopefully he does get further forward and sort of helps out further forward as well. Like, because I feel like that's his best position, creating for our attackers. Because ultimately, you know, there's no point him being kind of a central midfielder, kind of doing the Matic role of kind of sweeping or whatever. You know, I think he needs to get forward. He needs to kind of support the forward men like Lukaku, Sanchez. I mean, we saw the goal. Lukaku's goal came from lovely interplay between Mata, Sanchez, Pogba, and Lukaku. And you know, that's what we need. That's what we want to see week in, week out from those guys. That's why we bought them. That is why they're at the team. So, yeah, we need to keep seeing stuff like that from Pogba. You need his confidence to be up, because generally when he has very high confidence, he does play very, very well indeed. So, you know, his confidence needs to be up, and I would hope that all the players, it's not just Paul Pogba, but all the players know, you know, don't need to get hyped up for this game. Don't need to get kind of, you know, inspired for this game, because it's such a big game, really. Matthew says, Mourinho versus Gary Neville, who wins? Well, probably Mourinho, just because he's had a better managerial record, and Gary Neville, you know, just kind of talks on TV about teams. I mean, obviously, you know, I mean, obviously Gary Neville will, you know, criticise Jose Mourinho, but ultimately, you know, that's his job, really. That's his job, to kind of criticise, you know, people, and, you know, analyse things. And if he sees something needs to be criticised, then he will do it. So, yeah. The governor says we need to send him to partner Pogba. McTominay is not good enough in big games. Someone like Cruz or Savage. I mean, I thought he played well against Chelsea, McTominay, but I do think that he's still developing, and to have him as the main option in a big game, I'm not sure is the best thing as of right now. And I think Toni Kroos would be the kind of like the dream signing for me. I think he's great on the ball, you know, really, really good playmaker. To have beside Paul Pogba as well, just to kind of continue. And you got, you know, Cruz, you got Matic being really solid, you know, at the back point of that midfield triangle, if you like, and then Pogba and you know, Pogba and Cruz going forward in that midfield. I mean, it'd be a brilliant midfield on paper. It'd be interesting to see how it would really go down if that happened. Or Milivojevic Savic, who's been having a fantastic game, fantastic season in Serie A or Calcio A. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, it would be nice to have another centre-mid partnership in with him. Obviously, Ander Herrera did get injured in the first leg in Sevilla. So, yeah, we won't be seeing him for a while. But I do think McTominay has done well when he has been in the team. So, hopefully he can continue that. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with his progress, considering he's only really started playing this season. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with his progress. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get into my team prediction or team lineup. I'm gonna go with David De Gea in goal. I'm gonna go with Ashley Young at left back. I'm gonna go with Lindelof and Smalling, the two centre-backs, with Valencia at right back. Now, obviously, this is my prediction of what Jose Mourinho is going to pick. This is not what I particularly want. I'll give you what I particularly want in a second, but this is what I think Jose Mourinho is going to pick. Then, the three in a 4-3-3 is going to be Pogba, Matic, and McTominay. And then the three ahead of him is Martial on the left, Sanchez... No... Oh, actually, no, I'm going to go Sanchez on the left, Mata on the right, with Lukaku up front. I think that's how Mourinho's going to play it. The potential, I mean, obviously we'd have Rashford on the bench, Martial on the bench. We'd have a lot of game changers to come on. And, I mean, possibly he has a plan for Liverpool. Maybe he has a kind of difference in tactics and has this kind of plan for Liverpool, because you know, if we play like we did in that first half against Crystal Palace, Liverpool will be a lot more ruthless than just getting that one goal like Crystal Palace did. So we need to really be on guard. We need to start well, and I think that's the key thing. In the past few games, we haven't really been starting well. Obviously against Chelsea, we conceded the first goal, and against Crystal Palace as well, our starts have not been great. And against Liverpool, in these big games, you need to get through that first half an hour. So we need to start well. We need to put in a good performance early on, and you know, just kind of get a foothold in the game and take it by the scruff of the neck. And we need players like Paul Pogba, Alexis Sanchez, Lukaku, players like this to get the game by the scruff of the neck and kind of command it as they see it. And if we do that, then Liverpool will not have a chance. But as I said, it's all about nullifying that front three of Liverpool of Firmino, Mane and Salah. They are very, very formidable this season. Obviously putting 4 past Man City. I mean, there's not many teams who you can say have done that this season. I think they're the only team who have done that as well. So ultimately it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a tight game, really. And it's going to be, you know, we have to be very, very defensively sound. Nesta in G, welcome to stream, how you doing? thank you for joining, mate. Long time no see. He says United 2-0. I mean, that'd be a brilliant result. But yeah, thanks for joining. If you are watching, please do leave a like, guys. That'd be absolutely fantastic. We're nearly at 300 subscribers, which is absolutely brilliant. I will be doing a watch along for the Liverpool game as well, so please do stay tuned for that. I'll probably be going live around the kickoff time, so around 12:40, 12:45. So if you are wanting to watch the Liverpool game and want, my perspective on it as well as you're watching it, then please do tune in to my watch along tomorrow. But yeah, please keep getting your thoughts in the live chat on the game or whatever. The governor says Lindelof and Smalling, or Smalling will have a long day dealing with Salah. Yeah, well, I mean, one of the two are going to have to deal with it. Obviously, I would love to have someone like Eric Bailly in there, but I don't predict that Jose Mourinho is going to want to put him in. I don't know why he hasn't really been putting Eric Bailly in so far, but I think he'll want to get him into a game where it's not a huge amount of pressure on him. So hopefully, Eric Bailly does. I would like to see Eric Bailly because I think he would be able to deal with the likes of Salah or Firmino or Mane. So I think, or maybe Lindelof, because Lindelof, when we played Arsenal at the Emirates, did a great job on Alexis Sanchez. So maybe we could put Lindelof on Salah. I'm not sure what Jose Mourinho's plans are. Ryan, welcome to the stream, mate. How you doing? Thanks for joining, pal. And yeah, I mean, I'll give my score prediction in a bit. But yeah, as I said, please keep getting your thoughts in on this game. This huge rivalry and this massive importance in terms of the season as well. United currently sits second in the table, 2 points ahead of Liverpool. But if Liverpool win this game, they will go permanently ahead of us until the next game week. But obviously, for the past few weeks, we've been kind of trading places as Liverpool have gone ahead of us, and then we peg them back, and then Liverpool have gone ahead, and then we peg them back. So, this game tomorrow may decide ultimately who finishes in second place. Now, I'm not saying that if United win, then it's kind of the race is off completely. We'll be 5 points clear, but it'll be a game. It's a game of huge significance because if United win tomorrow and we go 5 points clear, it'll be a huge blow to Liverpool. They lost to one of their rivals, and the gap between that second place will have gone a lot bigger. Also, if Spurs win tomorrow as well, if they do play tomorrow or whenever they play, then Liverpool go back down to fourth. So obviously, Liverpool are really, really hungry to win this game. And they know if they don't win this game, it could be very, very costly. Also, Chelsea are kind of... Chelsea aren't close enough, really, to kind of mount any sort of challenge to Liverpool. So, yeah, obviously, Liverpool want to win tomorrow. If they don't, then Tottenham will probably overtake them. And if we win tomorrow, then, Liverpool and Spurs will not be 100% happy. Ryan says United 2, Liverpool 1. That'd be, yeah, I'd take that all day long. It's not about the result. No, it's all about the result. It's really all about the it's all about the it's all about the result, not about the performance. That's what I was going to say. The performance is kind of irrelevant. But I just want to get that result on a 2-1 scoreline, like it was against Chelsea, where we didn't play our best game, but we go over the line. I'd be happy with that. Welcome DLM75, welcome Exchange Gaming 11. He says, yo, I can watch the game now. Nice DLM, that's great. The governor says Lingard, Lukaku and Sanchez up front. Lingard always shows up in big games. That is true, the governor, actually. You are correct. He actually does do very, very well in the big games. Possibly it might be better for him to kind of come off the bench, but I would not mind seeing Lingard instead of Mata maybe to start off with. I think we did try that against Crystal Palace, and the first half was, not very good. So maybe Jose Mourinho is going to want to keep Lingard on the bench as an option to bring on, say at half time. But if we did start Mata and Sanchez on the left and right, then we would have Rashford, Martial and Lingard all to bring on from the bench. And so you got 3 game changers there to bring on. So, that'd be decent for our bench. But, ultimately we'll see what happens. DLM says Lingard, in my opinion, is not a starter. Yeah, I think on the form he is right now, I think I would start him, but I wouldn't mind starting him. But obviously, as a player, I think we should have better starters in the team than Lingard, but he is doing very, very well at the moment, so you have to give him credit. The governor says this season Lingard's a starter. I think on the form he's in, you have to put him in, especially the form he's showing in big games. 2 goals against Arsenal, 1 against Chelsea. Doing very, very well. Welcome PJ7, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? By the way, fair play getting through in the Champions League against Spurs. I know if you guys don't know, he's a Juventus fan, so fair enough. Congratulations through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So fair play to you, mate. Fair play. But yeah, keep getting your thoughts in on the Liverpool game. I am going to give you my score prediction right now. It's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be a very, very cagey match. I think both teams are very, very evenly matched. I think obviously Liverpool's front 3 at the moment are probably doing better than United's and are probably a bit more menacing. They've got, Salah, top goal scorer in the league, I'm pretty sure. And, their front 3 just been absolutely relentless this season. But their midfield and defence isn't exactly world class. So I think we'll need to exploit that, and I hope we do go at them tomorrow. We use the home advantage to our advantage, if you know what I mean, and we go at them and we pressure them. But ultimately, I do think it's going to be a very, very close game, and I'm going to go with a 2-0 win to Manchester United, the boys in red. I do think that Jose Mourinho has got a plan for Liverpool, and probably Jurgen Klopp's got a plan for United. There's no doubt about that. 2 very good tactical managers, but I do think United are gonna, use the home advantage to their advantage. Obviously, Jose Mourinho, very, very good home record with Manchester United as well, and good home record against the big teams. Obviously, beating Spurs and Chelsea. Obviously, losing to Man City 2-1, but that is probably the, it's the second best result that we've had that any top 6 team has had against Man City in terms of goals or whatever. So. And I thought in that Man City game we were kind of unlucky, but that is a different story for a different day. So we have been very, very good at home this season. So I do think I'm feeling kind of confident going into the game. So I'm going to go 2-0 United. I think Lukaku and Lingard, same as Chelsea, are going to get the goals for United. Get your score predictions in now as well. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on that. Ryan says 4-3-3, De Gea, Young, Smalling, Lindelof, Valencia, Matic, Pogba, McTominay, Martial, Sanchez and Lukaku. Yeah, I think that'd be a very solid lineup. I'd love to see Martial, Sanchez and Lukaku running at that Liverpool back line. I think that'd be really, really good. And yeah, I think he will play Smalling and Lindelof even after the start they had against Crystal Palace. I would like to see Eric Bailly and Lindelof being a partnership, but I don't think Eric Bailly is fully ready to come straight into this kind of Liverpool game. But we'll wait and see what Jose Mourinho does. The governor says 1-0 to United. Yeah, that'd be a great result. The result is all that matters. As I said, this is what I think you guys should take away from the preview. The results is all that matters tomorrow. Even if the football we play isn't great, the result is what that matters. Don't let any opposition fan or anyone say that even if you win, you didn't win the right way. It doesn't matter. In these sort of rivalry games, all it matters is that you get the 3 points. DLM75 said, do you think Mourinho is doing one of his tricks again by saying that Martial is injured but may play tomorrow? I love it when he tricks other managers, yeah. Obviously, Pep Guardiola did that. I think it was against United. And maybe Jose Mourinho is doing that. Maybe he's trying to make out that Martial is injured so that they won't really prepare for him. But one thing's for sure, Martial is a brilliant option to have in this forward line. He's tricky, pacey, and he's not afraid to run at defenders and make things happen. So, I'd be really, really happy if Martial was in the squad and was ready to play against Liverpool. Obviously, he's had a lot of good memories against Liverpool, getting his debut goal, his first goal ever for United against Liverpool as well in this same fixture 2 years ago. So yeah, I think Martial will be a brilliant option to have in this game, and I really, really hope he is available for it. The governor says I'll play the same team as Palace. Very, very interesting. I do think, ultimately the team played really well. I thought that Mata and Rashford, when they came on, really did turn the table. So maybe Jose Mourinho will take something from that. Ryan says, problem is, last 2 games, we went behind. So if you play the right team, then they will go ahead and will be able to hold on and beat us. Yeah, 100%. We need to start well. We need to, you know, not concede the first goals, not concede the first goal. And I think it's of paramount importance that we don't. Yeah, as I said, we don't concede the first goal, because if we do, then we could be in a lot of trouble. Obviously, the past few games have been the only real times this season where we've conceded the first goal and gone on to win. So I think against Liverpool, I think, yeah, they'll probably, you know, if you know, if we don't start well, they're going to be a lot more ruthless than a team like Crystal Palace. And Chelsea had a lot of chances as well. Morata hitting the bar, and just, you know, they had a lot more chances to kind of get more goals. So ultimately, you know, it could have been a very different story from a Chelsea point of view and from a Manchester United point of view. So we need to make sure we start well. We need to make sure that, you know, we go in there, we realise the rivalry, we're at home, we get the home fans excited, and we need to do that. Ryan says if Lukaku scored his 100th Premier League goal. Yeah, it's a very good point. Obviously, he is on 99 Premier League goals. What a game to get his 100th Premier League goal, I must say. I mean, it'd just be absolutely fantastic to get it against Liverpool in, you know, this rivalry, in such a huge game. It'd just be brilliant, and I that's why I do back him to get it. I think he's hungry for that 100th goal. Hopefully, there's no kind of, you know, hoodoo over him that, you know, kind of Aguero's experiencing, where you're on this milestone, and you know, you're kind of, it's going to be very hard to kind of get there. But you know, hopefully he does get over the line tomorrow, get his 100th goal for Manchester United. Happy days. The governor says United needs to prepare for Liverpool's counter-attack and pressure. 100%, they are very good on the counter-attack, Liverpool. They're very threatening, and their front three, yeah, as I said, they're very threatening, very skillful, and the pace is just unreal. If they get in behind, you know, it could be very bad for United. So, you know, luckily we've got David De Gea, but he cannot save everything. So we need to make sure, you know, on the counter-attack, we don't leave ourselves too open. I think Jose Mourinho, being the manager that he is, will have told the players that, and the players will know that we can't be too open at the back. By the way, guys, please do leave a like if you haven't already, if you are enjoying this type of content. As I said, I will be doing a watch-along for the game tomorrow as well, so stay tuned for that. If you are about to, you know, watch the game tomorrow, then I'll be on at 12:45, ready to watch along the game. Ryan said Jose knows we are making mistakes. We need to hope he sorted them out. Yeah, I agree. I think we do need to sort out these mistakes, and the defensive mistakes I've noticed are the ones which lead to goals mostly. So we need to kind of nullify those mistakes, and yeah, ultimately, yeah, hopefully we can. Hopefully we can nullify that.
What's your score prediction?
My score prediction. My score prediction was 2-0 to United, if you guys haven't already seen.
I've heard 3-1 to Liverpool yesterday.
Who said that? Who said 3-1 to Liverpool? He's gone. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's going to be an absolutely barnstorming game tomorrow. It's going to be...
Salah will score because he's got player of the month.
Obviously, you know, Mo Salah getting player of the month. Doesn't really scare me too much. I think he does. Mo Salah is a fantastic player, and I mean, he's a brilliant player, and you can't say that. Yeah, Big O, you can see him in the background. But yeah, Mo Salah is an absolutely fantastic player, and he does kind of scare me, especially with the prospect of him coming against Smalling or Lindelof or someone like that. So yeah, I mean, I think we need to nullify his threat, and if we do, obviously they've still got Mane and Firmino, so we'll see. But guys, I am going to end the stream here. I think, you know, I've said all I need to say for this game. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic game. Thank you everyone who has joined me. The governor, I'm going to read your last comment. He said, I've noticed Matic gave the ball away a lot in the past few games. He can't do that with Liverpool with their counter-attack. Yeah, I agree. We need to make sure we stop giving balls away. We need to make sure we pass with sort of authority and precision. So yeah, that's what we need to do. And yeah, he can't really be giving the ball away. So hopefully, hopefully he can produce the good performances that we're used to seeing from Matic, and it'll be very useful, especially with their attacking threat. But that is going to be the end of the stream, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be on for the watch along tomorrow. So if you want to tune into that, please do. I'll see you guys in the, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the